my kids got older, we would actually get the pass, the combo pass, the Whitewater and Frontier City pass. And since I work nights, I was with them all. I brought them all summer long to Frontier City and Whitewater.
I took my youngest son to Frontier City. He was probably 10, so this would have been about 1988. And we rode the ship, and we were at the end of it, and it went this way and then this way, and as soon as we got off, he lost his lunch. He's in his 30s now, he still remembers that ship.
We came here at least once a year growing up with my family, and when I was about 8 years old, I remember coming to a gunfight show and watching that show very vividly. Actually, some of the memories, some of the words and the patter, if you will, of that show. And one day after I started working here in 1991, I was up at the front gate and they had some old photos of the park. And I was kind of reminiscing of, what the park looked like when I was a kid, a few years before that, what the park looked like. And lo and behold, I look at the picture of the gunfight show, and there I am standing as an 8-year-old boy in the bottom right-hand corner of that photo. Frontier City opened in 1958. It was the mastermind of a gentleman named Jimmy Burge. He grew up in Oklahoma, worked at a movie theater at the age of 10. Later he moved to Hollywood, was an MGM publicist for Joan Crawford. He was asked to come back in 1957 to head up the state's semi-centennial celebration that fall, and part of his work that he did was he put together a recreation of a 1907 boomtown at the state fair. Well, when the state fair was over, he looked around at all these wonderful buildings, and Russell Pearson, who helped design that boomtown exhibit, they put their heads together and decided, let's create a permanent Western boomtown. They bought 50 acres here on the west side of what was Route 66. They built a gunfight corral and a few other, there were 6 rides at the time when they opened. They had their own zip code, they had their own mayor, they had their own marshal, they had a city council, they had their own fire department. It was really a little mini city in and of itself.
I had a friend of a friend who got me connected, said they were looking for a marshal. They haven't had a marshal here in many, many years, and they want to start getting back more Western things, and they said that I'd probably be a good marshal, and here's my office. Duties as a marshal is to patrol Frontier City, make sure everything's going all right. I deputize a lot of the kids with these little deputy badges. Here we stick them on the kids, and they're deputies to show them the clues. We have clues about Arkansas, Tom, and to keep their eye out for them. I break up train robberies. There's a lot of train robberies. I go in the saloon and participate in some of the saloon shows. Most every kid that I ask wants to be deputized. Some of them say no. And maybe they think they're too old or something, but 95% of them love it and want to. Of course, everybody wants to know if my gun is real. They think everything about me is fake. Of course, those are kids. They're naturally thinking everything's fake, so I have to show them. I even pull on my mustache to show them how real that is.
We still have the shows, some of the similar shows that they were doing in 1958 with the gunfighters. They're falling off the buildings, and there's always a bad guy that has to get caught, and the whole element to the fun that kids just laugh and giggle the whole way through. We have 32 rides, all of them for different age groups and for the whole family.